Lizette, what do you do? I mean, so now that you're aware of these things that you use in your home that you know maybe you shouldn't be using if you wanted to be at your healthiest, what are your tips? What do you do to make sure that you're staying healthy?
So this, when I talk about it is a lifestyle change, it's baby steps, that's really what I started practicing. So I could really relate to when Jen said, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it, because that's exactly what I do too. And the other thing is, I think the most important thing for us business folks, busy people, entrepreneurs out there, we're always busy, and sometimes we don't necessarily have that luxury of having, being able to read the label, because like, Sandra, you and I network outside a lot, we go to networking events, and then you don't really know what's being served. I mean, you don't really know what goes into the food,
Right.
So thing is just being mindful about what you eat, where you eat. I've done that just by looking at the menu and just make sure that I'm picking the right stuff. Or before the networking events, my tip is go on a full stomach so you're not eating stuff that you're not supposed to. So I've practiced that, and then some of the really simple stuff that I've started practicing is I just don't do sugar substitute or artificial sweeteners, because I'm like, artificial says artificial,
Right. But even natural.
Yeah,
but even natural flavor, but natural flavor could be anything as well. So that's something to look out for.
Hey, does it freak anyone else out that we have the natural foods aisle in the grocery store?
Yeah, exactly.
That should be the whole store, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
It's true, and these days that's why natural is not natural anymore for many things, One big thing I do avoid is, and I try very hard to do, is processed foods. Now, the story is because being Southeast Asian to begin with, it made it a lot simpler for me, because our culture eat a lot of food that comes in its original form.
Right.
So for me, it's a little bit unnatural to open a can or tear a zip in like a plastic bag, and put my okra in the pot. It's like we don't usually do this, and it's frozen. It's not natural for me. So that's what I try to do, and I try not to do that. So one of the biggest thing also, I think, is when I go out in the go out grocery shopping, I try to make my decision there before buying the stuff, so that the decision starts at the grocery store. So, you avoid stuff that you eat, just don't buy it. So that's why it helps a lot, So like I said, being Southeast Asian, coming from a culture that really cooks everything in its original form, it makes it so much simpler. And I just tell people, listen, if you want a house, you need to tell me at least a day ahead. I won't have any food in the fridge for you, nor in my pantry. It's not something you open a box or tear a plastic bag. I need to cook it because it's natural, in its natural form, and it does take time. So it makes it so much easier. So I'm becoming more aware of like cans, especially cans, and plastic bags, boxes, anything that is. Yeah, it's fast and easy, but if I had to, I'll do a frozen bag, but it depends what kind of bag. So it's just that mindset that in the beginning, when you go to the grocery store, it's when you're in that aisle, where are you going to put it in your cart.